United Airlines has a policy that you're not supposed to be making political statements, but they allow Palestinian statements on your pin and Palestinian keffiyehs around your neck, even if it offends the passengers, because, well, it's okay, even though it violates their policy. Claire Lopez. The last time I checked historical facts, I would say Encyclopedia Britannica. I don't even know if there is such a thing anymore. There's never been a country of Palestine. There was a territory of Palestine up till 1948, where the Jewish state is. And the flag of Palestine was the Jewish star, the Magen David. And the newspaper was the Palestinian Post and so on. And then the state of Israel was declared and the territory of Palestine ceased to exist. The reason I give that historical background is there are United Airlines staff members that are showing pride in their country by wearing Palestinian pins on their uniforms while serving passengers and wrapping basically a keffiyeh scarf around their neck. So they're in a costume that's not the United Airlines costume, but a costume of their Palestinian design. Now, a number of passengers complained. Here's a picture of one of those attendants. She's not Palestinian. She just sympathizes with the Palestinians, and she's making what United Airlines calls a support for her country, more or less. That is outrageous. There are specific United Airlines admonitions in their employee handbook that people are not allowed to make political statements. And a lot of people were posting, it's like, can you wear a Nazi Germany pin? Can you wear an apartheid South Africa pin on a flight to South Africa? Can you wear a Taiwan pin when you fly to mainland China? No, no, and no. But what United said is that this makes the attendant feel good because she's got a special attachment to the place. Now, this lady was wearing this the week that Hamas slaughtered, executed 6 of their hostages, one of whom is an American citizen. Meanwhile, they just suspended a pilot who celebrated October 7th. They didn't fire him. They just suspended him. And now they won't say whether he's back on duty flying again. What's going on at United, Claire?
Well, the first thing that I would say is both the name of the airline and the word uniform that the flight attendants are supposed to be wearing, both of those words have a root, which means unity. All the same, we are together as a company, as an airline flight company. That is not the same thing as each and every employee choosing to demonstrate and display on that uniform allegiance to some other people or group or whatever. And in particular, in this case, it's egregious and offensive. And of course, as you say, Barry, perfectly right, there never has been a country in the history of the world called Palestine, and obviously, therefore, no such people as Palestinians. The name, of course, comes out of the Hebrew Bible, where the Romans in the early part of the 1st century dug it up and found it, I should say the 2nd century, after the Bar Kokhba revolt of 135-36, dug up the name of the Philistine enemies of the Israelite people, Philistines who are, as a matter of fact, Indo-European, who had come to the northern part of the Levant on the shores of the Mediterranean following the Trojan Wars in the Aegean area of the sea up there. In other words, the Romans were attempting, after the defeat of the Bar Kokhba revolt, attempting to erase the identity of the Jewish people with the land of what? Judea is what it was called before that. Why? Because Judea is the home of the Judean people, the name also of one of the 12 tribes. But as you say too, Barry, there was, up until the defeat of the Ottoman Empire in World War I, no such place by name. It was a part of the Ottoman Empire, kind of desolate as it was. But after that, it was the League of Nations, and following that, the United Nations, that authorized the British to administer the mandate for Palestine, the British mandate for Palestine. And it was intended in the documents of the United Nations, Balfour Declaration 1917, League of Nations document 1920, San Remo Declaration 1922, settle the land closely with the Jewish people. We know the story after that. The British gave away 77% of the British mandate to the Hashemites because they felt sorry for them or close to them or something, because they had fought against
they wanted the oil.
In the First World War. And there went the vast majority of what was called the British Mandate for Palestine. But nevertheless, the Jewish people accepted what was given to them, and it's now the Jewish State of Israel. That's its name, Jewish State of Israel.
Agreed. Good history lesson.